There's no good news in regard to the country's ongoing energy crisis. Eskom's CEO Andre Ruyter and other senior staff members at the embattled power utility met with Parliament's Standing Committee on Public Accounts today. Andre Ruyter maintains that rolling blackouts will continue for at least another 18 months and only then begin to ease. Parliament says Eskom won't make it out of the dark unless operations and management undergo serious changes. eNCA senior reporter Avive Mtila has the story.
The 31st of March 2025 is the promise from Eskom on when it will at least reach 70% energy availability factor that is much needed as the load shedding woes continue. Another 18 months is the promise here that the power utility will take to at least stabilize and just lessen the burden of load shedding. That's following the meeting with the Standing Committee on Public Accounts in Parliament. Now, just to get more insight on what happens maybe going forward and if this indeed will be the case, I'm joined by the chairperson of SCOPA. Chair, thank you for joining us at eNCA. It was a lengthy meeting and promises made by Eskom's side. Do you believe that we'll see the end of load shedding anytime soon?
Well, it's very little that gives one confidence to believe any date that has been given, because we've been down this road before. Of commitments that have been made either by the political leadership or by Eskom themselves insofar as everything is concerned. But I think they will have to go back and have a recalibrated approach of short-term, medium-term and long-term interventions to land them at the EAF which is desired, because in fact it's not the 2025 deadline only lands us at 70%. By their own admission, international standards are around 85%. So any projection right now tells you that even at 2025, you will not have reached a stage which it gives you the confidence, but it would be headway nonetheless. But ultimately, the issue at Eskom is that for there to be an end to load shedding, there needs to be fundamental systematic changes to the operations and management at various levels of projects and of leadership of Eskom: contract management, consequence management, financial management. Because what is quite evident is that the institution is unable to turn around on the critical areas which cause it to be lethargic in this manner. That's the first point. Secondly, there is what we can only call a deliberate inability to maintain infrastructure and the fleet. It's basic things that at a worker level they have to be improved. There's a shortage of skills, deliberate or otherwise. I mean, the explosion at Mudupi 4, which is a major setback, the latest developments now of Kusile 1, 2 and 3 are all problems which should have been resolved a long time ago. But beyond that is the heightened element of the criminal syndicate working in three main streams insofar as Eskom is concerned. Transport and logistics, with the transportation of coal, is the issue around diesel, and as you heard, they've already overspent the budget on diesel by 10 billion rands.
All right, thank you very much. Nkululeko Hlengwa is the chairperson of the Standing Committee on Public Accounts in Parliament. Avive Mtila, Cape Town.
Well, Andre Ruyter said today that South Africa could avoid higher stages of power cuts if Eskom has more money to buy diesel. Last year, SCOPA made recommendations on interventions at the ailing power utility. Well, today was a bit of a follow-up session, but certainly one of the issues was how Eskom, in an effort to keep the lights on, wildly had to overspend its budget of 8 billion rand for diesel, it's on track, in fact, to spend almost 3 times that much by the end of this financial year.
Honourable Chair, it is also, I think, important to state that because of a lack of liquidity and because of Eskom's constrained finances, we were unable to run our open cycle gas turbines to their maximum capacity. Now, bear in mind that these plants were never designed to be operated as baseload generators, and it would be very inadvisable to consider them as such. But if we had more money available for diesel, the stages of load shedding would have been reduced.